there was some varying opinions on the PENRAD site, but what I guess made us move forward with that is the opportunity for future, right? That has property, that has good neighbors, so we can do things in the future that might be closer to things that you mentioned that people are looking for. So in addition to the great things that we have right now at our community center.
Good morning, everybody, or whenever you're listening to this episode of the Buffalo Community Podcast. And it's another month, and we've got people from the city of Buffalo to give us an update. And we've got Lee and Adam in from the Parks and Recreation. And we're going to be talking about probably the big building across the street from us is the PENRAD building, as most people know it, but it is the site of the new community center.
Yes.
So thank you for coming in, and boy, we're going to try and hit some hard questions of why, the who's, the what's, and the where's, in case people don't know. So, Lee, why don't you take a second to reintroduce yourself to people who don't know you?
I am Lee Ryan. I'm the Parks and Rec Director. I've been here since 2000, so it's exciting to see some of the progress we're making and new staff we have, so it's fun. We have, if you didn't know, Parks and Rec Department is 3 phases: Parks and Rec Admin, Parks Maintenance. We have the Civic Center, and then we have the Community Center. So
the Civic Center is a piece of
our department.
Triad there. Just one folk. How about that?
So,
very good. Adam's back. Second-time guest.
Yeah, thanks for having us back.
Yeah.
My name is Adam Leifermann. I am the Buffalo Community Center manager, and I've been here in the city of Buffalo working since 2019.
Nice. Super sick.
Sick, man.
If you remember, from our first time.
I do. A Mav Man. Follow the Mav Man YouTube page.
Absolutely. We're going to get him on someday, right after Bob Dylan. But all right. So in case you didn't know, the city of Buffalo now owns the PENRAD building, which is located right off Highway 25 here. And that's the site of the new Buffalo Community Center.
That's right.
In a nutshell.
That's right.
So it's got pools and water slides and all that good stuff?
Not quite.
Okay.
No, the PENRAD Center is going to be an incredible improvement from what we have right now. We're going to be able to bring all of our current programs that we offer out to the new location. It's almost double in size. Has actually natural light. It has windows. Our current facility is a former American Legion. It's built half underground and it has very few windows. And this new site is just incredible. It's going to be a great improvement to the community.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful building.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so. Sorry.
have you guys been in it lately?
No, Adam has invited me twice, and I couldn't make both times. The first time I told him I couldn't make it. The second time, I did not get back to you. I will publicly apologize for that.
That is okay.
Yeah.
Adam has not invited me to it yet.
We'll have a lot more community engagement opportunities, so I encourage everyone to check it out when they can. You know, not too many coming up probably because there's going to be some construction and things going on fairly soon. So.
Sure. So again, that's one of the questions is, everybody, the best feedback is unsolicited feedback. And around a community center, when we do, public polling and everything, everybody kind of has the Becker or Monticello or anything like that in mind. Was there a reason why they chose to purchase this building versus finding a site and actually building what the community wanted? Can
I start just a little bit on that, Adam? As you guys probably know, the community center has been a hot topic for many, many years. Mm-hmm. We got close in 2008, I think it was, to building a community center across at where the new fire station is. And then, of course, the market fell apart and it kind of got pushed off. And then other projects happen and funding becomes an issue. So we've kept pushing towards that goal. And we've looked at many different options. Mm-hmm. There was some varying opinions on the PENRAD site, but what this, I guess, made us move forward with that is the opportunity for future, right? That has property, that has good neighbors, so we can do things in the future that might be closer to things that you mentioned that people are looking for. So in addition to the great things that we have right now at our community center. So.
How much land is associated with that property?
Is it 3-4 acres?
It's 2.5 acres plus the building. So yeah, it's up to about 4 acres in total.
Yeah.
We have great neighbors. We have Terra Nova. We have the Trailblazer. And then we have the Covenant Church, which they have a big green space in between us. So
Yeah. Good opportunities for partnerships potentially.
Perhaps,
Yeah.
You said there's some construction going on. What's going on there?
go ahead, Adam.
We are just beginning the first phase. So we're meeting with construction managers and architects next week, and that's when we're going to start designing and getting really accurate cost estimates to see what fits in our budget and what we can do right away. This summer will be permitting and getting those bid packages together, and then construction, if all goes well, will begin in September, and grand opening hopefully sometime in February of 2026.
Oh, wow.
We know that when we changed the use of the building from an office building to a community center, there's some code issues that we have to take care of, number one. So that's the top of our list, is things like an elevator didn't have. We have to do, right?
Wow.
Parking lot expansion, it didn't have the code requirement number of spots for a building of
Assembly.
there you go. And what was the other thing? Exit door.
Exits, upper level, lower level.
Like that, you have to take care of first. And then we get to the more exciting stuff of
Yeah.
Adam's going to talk about a little bit.
Yeah.
So those changes, because you're changing the use of the building, that's why it has to be brought up. They weren't in non-compliance as enough as correct. Okay.
Right.
All right. I know that question was going to come. It's like, why are you doing that? You should have made him do it. But anyway, so that's my internet voice. So, yeah.
So I guess why don't you kind of give us a little bit of a recap of what we talked about when you were on the first time, as far as what the community center is now, and then how it's going to look different and better in its new location in less than a year.
Okay. Yeah. The current community center, we're just a fantastic gathering space for the community, for education, for art, for projects, for just connecting with your neighbors. And we have all sorts of programs for that, card groups and art groups and music and dining program and things. And when we move out to the new center, we just double the size. We are going to be able to offer more separation between the different groups. Right now, where we're at, a lot of times, if you have two different groups in there at the same time, you kind of feel like you're piled on top of each other. And now we'll have separation between different groups. And the community center is open to all ages. And so now in the new facility, we'll have 3 different wings in the upper level of the building. So we'll be able to offer a little bit of sound separation, and so nobody's tripping over each other and hearing the conversations from somebody at the very next room.
So as far as everything that's happening at the community center now is going to continue to happen, and then beyond that, it's going to be expanded, I imagine, or you'll have the opportunity to do even more.
A lot more opportunity, a lot more partnerships with folks. So we really want to expand the services that we provide and partner with great community members like in the hospital to offer education and classes. And we've given a number of tours to different people in the community, as well as I am doing every other week. I'm giving kind of a information presentation at our current location. And so I do a slideshow. People can see kind of what the plans are and where we are currently sitting in this progress. And I'm getting and people are allowed to kind of fill out a survey. And I'm getting a lot of feedback about more education classes, exercise classes, technology classes. People are really looking forward to that. Meeting space is really important. So, at the new location, we'll be able to offer a lot more.
Awesome.
What are the plans for the old location then? Anything for that?
It's to be determined, I guess, but many of our conversations, just because of the shape of the building, the age, that's probably going to be torn down.
Sure. And
then more than likely, at least initially, just because of the cost, it'll probably be a parking lot. As needs of that downtown and the community, city center grow, they're going to need parking too. But there's also opportunities depending on when that happens and the time that the current programs move out. Maybe there's some short-term use that we don't know yet.
Sure.
Cool.
Some other outside things, maybe a new site for at the new center, the splash pad.
That's right.
Can we talk about that a little bit?
If I could say one more thing, we did consider just improving the current site. We did a facility needs study here a couple of years back, and we did some estimating of what it would cost to just improve our current location, and the cost was just prohibitive to what we wanted to what we were looking for in our goals, and it didn't offer green space or additional parking.
Sure.
So it just didn't make sense, and the cost just to improve our current site was a lot more even than what we were able to purchase the PENRAD facility for and have that extra green space.
Yeah. And in terms of just excitement, improving the existing space versus utilizing this space. I mean, it's, like you can tell me, I'll call it putting lipstick on a pig is kind of, until I see it, like, is that really what we want to do or?
We didn't think so.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's just so many more opportunities out at the new site. If I could go backwards and explain too, along those same lines, I don't know, this has been 3 years ago. We had a community center director retire. So we're in the market for a new, right? We had some great applicants, and we had surprisingly one of our park maintenance staff apply, Mr. Adam Leifermann, and knocked it out of the park, surprised us all. And obviously we made the risk and hired him. Yeah. But it's been wonderful. But one of the things we said to Adam at that time, well,
He's not getting fired right now, is he?
Maybe rehearse. They do happen on the podcast. That'd be awesome.
did you bring your keys?
If you're looking to get rid of an employee, come on to the Buffalo podcast. Just
one of the things we talked about at that time was, the excitement is obviously there, but we want you to build beyond the building, right?
Yeah.
We want something for every ages. You can't do it in that current building, right? Mm-hmm. So Adam's done awesome. He's done things out in the city center park, which is right behind the city hall, right? There's beyond that, there's no green space around the current community center. So we want more opportunities to do things outside of the building and do more fun things, outdoor things. Adam did the disc golf tournament, coordinated that. He just coordinated the booths down at the concerts in the park that maybe we'll talk about later, but things outside of the current community center. So how much more we'll be able to do at the PENRAD site will be really exciting, I think. So.
Yeah.
I have an idea for an event that I'd like to host, and I would love to put together a pickleball tournament. I mean, so we got sites all around Buffalo, but like I want this to expand because it's pretty intense. I want to talk to you about that, but we don't have to.
Sounds good.
Hey, if you didn't know, last year we did, that was on my list, was our first ever pickleball 101 class at the new pickleball courts in town. So I think we'd be happy to help you with that.
Perfect. Awesome.
Done.
Grand ideas for it.
If there's enough pickleball excitement in our community, I don't know.
Yeah, right. Okay, so splash pad. Let's get...
So perfect. Yeah. So we just talked about, we have this awesome land to go along with this beautiful new building and all the cool things that are going to happen out there. And as you know, I think you had Amber on your podcast last year or so, but we had a group approach us, the Parks Advisory Board, about 3 years ago, I think it was, about building a splash pad in Buffalo in memory of Andrew Hagen Miller. And they wanted to help fund it, and lo and behold, we were on our way. So we had a little hiccup with a site at West Pulaski Park we were moving towards. And so we were looking for a new home. And it really came down to just a couple options, because you need water, you need parking, you need space. Somewhat limited, right? So we honed in on the PENRAD site. And so right now we're applying for some grants and doing some fundraising. It won't help them with the timing of the podcast, but tonight is the second annual Dueling Pianos fundraiser the Splash Pad group is doing. Splash for Andrew, they're called. If you want to contribute at splashforandrew.com, I think. But it's really exciting. So along with the splash pad, there's going to be a lot of other things outdoor on the grounds that we're proposing: a basketball court, community gardens, a natural play area, a new bathroom building. What am I missing?
The trail. That gets brought up a lot. Is a walking trail at a community center. Well, we won't have that inside, but on the outside of the building around the property, there'll be almost a quarter mile of sidewalk. So a great little trail.
We often talk about more in probably your world, though, one of the biggest requests we get is walking tracks, obviously mostly probably in the winter, which this won't really help with, but it is a popular thing people want. That's going to be a good fit.
What's a natural playground? Like rocks and trees?
Rocks, boulders, sticks. And then Adam has visions for a fort building area in that area. So
Okay.
if you can imagine,
Yeah, creative play.
rocks, boulders, yeah.
Okay. I was only kind of being a little bit of a smart aleck, but that's what it is.
It is.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Imagine some boulders with logs
Okay.
planted into the ground, and you can step on those and bounce.
Yeah.
And
What you
bounce
built
around.
when you were like 6, but you get bigger ones.
A good portion of it is you can't move, right?
Right,
Yeah. It's like an obstacle course, like a ninja course. And then in the middle is the loose stuff. You can just have fun, make stuff.
Cool. Awesome. I like that idea.
What? Go ahead.
You have other things on your, before we kind of skew into anything else, is there anything else that you wanted to add to this conversation? You guys come prepared with our bullet points here.
I don't know if we have enough time, but one thing I wanted to share with the group is, if you didn't know, we have 32 parks in Buffalo, 27 miles of designated trail. So that's not sidewalk and whatnot. That's just designated trail. And those are things we keep improving and expanding on. But I wanted to share, most importantly, that we do have a Parks Advisory Board that meets fourth Monday of every month, 7 o'clock at City Hall. So everyone's invited to come and give their thoughts on everything parks and trails. And Adam has an advisory board meeting that meets
The first Monday of every month at 5 p.m. And like I said earlier, I'm giving informational presentations about our progress of the community center every other week. So it's in our newsletters, and it changes times and days of the week to kind of accommodate everybody's different schedules.
Yep. They can find that newsletter or
On the city website. Our newsletter is available on the city website, or give us a call, and we can mail one to you, email one to you.
Yeah, perfect. That was my question.
Oh, nice. Sorry to totally hijack it from you.
No, that's okay.
All right. Mark's going to sit this episode out.
Yeah, you got it. You're doing a great job. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but summer's coming up.
Summer's coming up. Perfect opportunity to talk about concerts in the park.
I heard you have some big guests this year.
We have some big guests. I will tell you, the schedule is nearly done. We are now in our fundraising phase of getting those sponsors lined up. So we have a titanium level that actually sponsors the night. You get to do something for your group or business. We have a couple big Minnesota names lined up. I will tell you, we've reached out to Bob Dylan. Yeah. It seemed like a perfect time with the movie out.
Right.
Absolutely.
I can't tell you legalities with the contracts and what date it'll be. So you should come to all of them.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
You never know.
Yeah, no.
He's that eccentric.
So,
that's all I can say about that right now.
But Thursday night's concert in the park.
Thursday night's concert in the park starts last Thursday in June. I think it's 26th, is that this year? And goes to the end of August, 7 o'clock again. There's food every Thursday.
And a vendor row.
The vendor row.
Yep, free vendor row.
Free this year, yes.
Yeah, and if you are a vendor, if you're a business person, want to set up an informational booth.
okay.
You might be a realtor that wants to set up your listings.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or have a life insurance booth. Whoa.
Lots of opportunities.
I'll sit at the top of the hill, please.
Yeah, to give away pens and stuff. There you go. Yeah. Oh, man.
So vendor row will be right there next to the food.
Popular. Go ahead.
Vendor row will be right there in front of the food, kind of a whole row of vendors and little 10-foot canopies you can set up and bring your own gear and just reach out to the community. Hundreds of people there go to the concerts in the park.
Yeah. Do those vendors need to get pre-approved?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Don't just show up with your table and expect.
Right. Yeah. Give us a call at the community center and
Yeah.
you'll actually talk to Terry Welter.
Okay. Cool.
Couple of big summer happenings, I guess, in the park department. We'll be replacing the Lions Park playground this year. The big mega structure.
Park. Didn't you just build that?
That was in, I want to say 97.
Okay. Yeah. Brand new.
Yeah. We are moving now. It's formal, final. We're moving the vet park to the downtown Lake Walk. So that was a popular subject for a while.
Good. I really like that idea because it's tucked away and I don't think most people know that it's there.
That's very possible.
You could be sitting on the sidewalk and not know it's there, because it's above you.
Right. If you don't
know what I'm talking about,
right.
Well,
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
If I could briefly, it may be an interesting topic for some of the old timers, but we take a lot of grief for that vet park for different reasons. One of them being location. And I was on the original committee back in 2004, I think it was. And it was, if you remember, there was an old Tin Man water tower. They tore that down. So they just had an empty hill there that used to be actually a cemetery, but years ago, and a park and hospital property. Anyway, we have this empty lot on a hill, highest point in Buffalo, I'm told. And a police sergeant at the time, I think he was a sergeant, was also the Legion commander, said, hey, we don't have a memorial park. Can we do that? So we worked out. We had a committee. Boom. Everyone had great intentions, and that was awesome in 2005.
Yeah.
Things change.
For the reason of being the highest point in Buffalo, that's great. I mean, our fallen veterans, for all of that. So again.
But it was all done with good intentions.
Yeah.
And now it's, who are the idiots that put it out of the way? It's,
right.
With the development of the internet, it's fantastic how long I can be in 2 decades.
I learned a lot on that.
Yeah.
So anyway, we are now moving it to a more visible location that's hopefully most people are going to be happy with.
And you said Sturgis is...
Actually, it'll be kind of where the fountain is, right downtown across from the existing interactive fountain.
Okay.
Okay. Very good. Right there.
There's a little patio right there. We're kind of improving that, and it's going to be nice. We're working on some designs right now. So
yeah.
So it's, if anyone's interested in learning more or being involved, feel free to reach out to me. We have a Arbor Day event, which is a tree planting day. It's our fifth year, I think, is going to happen May 3rd at Prairie View Park. So we'll do some postings and whatnot, let people know they can come out and help us plant some trees in the park. So we do a different park every year. And then we have concerts at the park. JP at the Civic Center, another great Parks and Rec Department staff member. Last year did the first annual Civic Center concert, outdoors, fabulous armadillos. It was awesome. He's going to do another one this year. I want to say it's September 13th. It doesn't have a group lined up yet,
but again, from our earlier conversation,
it's possible.
It's not
impossible.
And then the final event I wanted to touch on, I was hoping Adam could speak to a little bit more, is our first annual Great Outdoors Fair.
Great Outdoors Fair, yeah. It's going to be held in June 28th, I believe. And it's going to be at Sturgis Park along the lake walk there. I can say for certainty on the beach, we're going to have canoes, the big Voyager canoes, like the huge 10, 12 passenger canoes. So they're going to be there on Buffalo Lake, and I believe a sauna. There's going to be like some a sauna there on the beach. So some cool rental, not even rentals. We'll be giving away kayak and canoe passes to go out and ride on the water. There'll be a ton of vendors, tons of activities there, and it's just to celebrate the outdoors and our parks and conservation. Yeah.
Perfect. My initial cartoon bubble was, you said the Great Outdoors. What was the title of it?
Great Outdoors Fair.
Great Outdoors Fair. Was that we should dress up as Roman and Chet from the Great Outdoors.
We could get a bear
and go there.
Get a bald bear.
That would be so fantastic. It's just all right. Anyway,
I have hot dogs.
Yes. Anyway, no, thank you guys for coming in. Do we have more on our list here?
I think
we got time. We got lots of time, so don't.
Yeah, there's so much more. Things coming up for me that I'm helping out with. The Buffalo Police Department is hosting some public engagement events. So once a month, it's going to be on Wednesday at 2 p.m. We're going to go around to different community parks in the city of Buffalo and just kind of reach the community and just kind of engage with the neighbors and have free ice cream and some music and maybe a kickball game or something.
Yeah.
The cops and just kind of connecting, putting a face to a badge. So
kind of a spin-off of the National Night Out type
it is
feel.
Yeah.
Neighborhood specific. And I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Were you going to expand on what you started on before I cut you off?
No, not really. We're going to start in May. I think we're going to be at Schonhagen Park in May. That'll be the first one. And we're going to, invite everybody to see the new playground that's there at Schonhagen, right? That was installed in the fall last year. And then we'll move to City Center Park over Buffalo Days. We're going to have live music again for our family picnic event that we have there at City Center Park. So we'll have the mobile stage set up with a 4-piece country band playing, and we'll have food. and the police department will be there to also do their public engagement. And then we have another event planned for June and July. I believe a wiffle ball tournament with the cops in August.
Nice.
Oh,
I said June and July, but I meant July and August.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, so a wiffle ball tournament,
Mhm.
like open to the
Another
whole community, like
Would
or
just like, well, it'll just be a part of that 2 to 3 hour event.
Yeah.
You know, not,
I don't know if you knew this, but growing up next to Mark or across the street, Mark had a wiffle ball, like a full miniature-sized baseball field that they played pretty aggressively,
was intense.
with a scoreboard and everything, in his backyard growing up. So you really piqued his interest there. So,
Well, now I'm kind of thinking maybe I want to sponsor a real wiffle ball tournament on the same day as Tyler's stupid pickleball tournament and see what.
good luck.
So we can talk about that.
Okay.
Might be a different group of people here.
Yeah, maybe.
Sure.
Maybe.
Speaking of a different group of people, I filled out a survey not too long ago, but about Wide Street. You guys know anything about that? Is that part of your guys' department, or is that more of like
It's not
Taylor and
it's
Steve?
It is the planning and street department.
Okay.
I'm on I should know the official name, but a committee for some of the downtown street and park. We always look to get different viewpoints, right?
Yeah.
And if you're referring to Wide Street, the last I heard, again, this is coming from the least knowledgeable person on that committee. I'm perfect. That why not? Let's spread that around. Last I heard was they're going away from the median. So there's one of the, if you remember, different options. One had a big median in the middle, and everyone agreed that's probably not the best use, even though it looks cool. So I think they're going to do some different things, widening. I think they're going to parallel parking on one side and angled parking on the other side.
Sure.
But to widen the outsides to make it feel like it's a wide street still, but not having that median, if that's what you're going to ask.
Wasn't going to talk about the median at all, but I just saw some of the renditions, which I thought were kind of cool. I mean, it was, if you didn't, I think the survey is closed now, but I saw it was really neat just to change downtown. Was everybody kind of, it's that facelift that everybody's been talking for 20 years on. I was like, oh, we need to do something downtown. So, something doesn't happen like that. It's slow progress. And, you had mentioned funding, and it's all this stuff of just, stuff might not happen overnight.
And a lot of those things happen, again, looking a little from the outside, when big projects happen. Like you have to replace the street, and you have to do the sewer and all that at certain times, right? That's the time when you're spending those millions of dollars doing that, where then you improve the streetscape and such. So.
Yeah. Well, perfect.
Awesome. I think it's just cool to have you guys in, because so much happens behind the scenes, and not that everybody watches this, but I mean, just getting the word out and making awareness. I mean, we covered a lot of things, and people might be taking notes fast and furious about all the exciting things and things to do this summer. But I'm guessing they aren't taking notes. Is there a place online or something that kind of would be a nice go-to spot to either recap what we've talked about today, maybe expand on a little bit of what we talked about today? Can they call you directly, email you directly?
Yes. The best option is to go to the City of Buffalo website. We have a Parks and Rec Department page, and from there you can easily get to, as I said, the parks, the Civic Center, the Community Center, and get to where you need to go. You can, each of those places, you can sign up for automatic notices. So if you're interested in what's going on at the Community Center, you can put your email in there, and you'll get those whenever updates are made to the website. You'll get those. And then we all have, of course, phone numbers and email. We all have awesome staff that are happy to help and answer questions. I encourage you to go to any of those places, call any of those people. Facebook's not always the best option.
I was just going to say that. They're the city of Buffalo, not the influencers of social media. Like, everybody's, it's not Google. It's like, go directly to the website. You guys do not have the bandwidth to be updating every single social media post, response, question, anything like that. So I think we talked to Terry about this a long time ago, and it's just like, go to the website. I'm looking right at you, you 250,000 followers ours. Go to the website if you want any more information because
we're lucky to be a growing town, but we still have small town feel. We also have small town service. So you can contact Adam tomorrow. You can call him directly and it gets your answers. You can call me. You can call anyone, really. You can call Mayor Downer. You know, his number's on the website, I think. My cell's not. And yours is, right?
Yeah.
But if you want Lee's, it'll be posted in the...
But we are got it. Call me. We are happy to help, really answer any questions and even take complaints.
Yeah.
Lee's exactly right. And I would like to encourage everybody to, especially in conversations about the PENRAD facility and the new community center, come next week. I'm giving a public presentation at the community center. I believe it's the 18th. So come to our meetings. Right now, we're just starting to begin the design phase with the construction management firm and the architect. So we're really excited for these next 2 months and should have some concrete designs on the improvement projects.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. All right. For the Buffalo Community Podcast, I'm Tyler Reiss.
I'm Mark Benzer.
I'm Adam Leifermann.
I'm Lee Ryan.
Thanks for listening to the Buffalo Community Podcast, produced by Edlund Media. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube, as well as anywhere you listen to podcasts.